All right, friends, bring all the hype and love that you have. We are all ready to go. Here is Final Fantasy VII Remake Intermission Hard with our runner Matrimony.
Hello. Yes, this is Final Fantasy VII Remake. This is going to be Intermission, which is going to give us Yuffie's side of the story during Remake. I am Matrimony, and I'll be running this today, and I have my good friend Big Sid commentating with me.
Finally made it to Midgar.
Hello, hello. Yes, my name is Big Sid, and we're gonna see a really good run.
Yes.
With this being hard mode, yeah, it's to give a quick introduction to this. This is a New Game Plus exclusive category. So one of the good things about New Game Plus is we kind of get to set up how we want to be, start the run, how we want to set up or be set up at the start. Now, good thing is Yuffie's really, really strong, so we're gonna see a lot of things die really fast. It's really a nature of kill before we get killed type of thing.
Definitely. On hard mode, everything deals a ton of damage, but as a New Game Plus category, we also deal a ton of damage. Yeah, let's go ahead and get the run started here. It starts as soon as I reset the chapter here. So, if we're all ready, I'll do a quick countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Alrighty, and first up, we got a few fights where we're trying to skip a little dance animation, if you want to talk about that, Sid.
Yeah, so for these first 4 fights of this introduction, after every fight that we complete, Yuffie will try to do a dance. We have found ways to completely skip it, but it is up to RNG with the game. So typically what we're going to be seeing Matrimony doing is throwing a lot of magnified blizzards. That's just a spell that makes it hit all the enemies, or up to 3 enemies I should say. And as long as we're in a running animation for more than 3 steps, then we should be able to skip the dance. And as you can see, the one strat that we don't do it, you have a risk of getting that dance.
It's fun though, we can dance with them in chat, you know.
Yeah. I don't know if we should. Well, I'll mention this. So we're gonna see this little sequence where the game wants to showcase Yuffie being able to bypass little puzzles, and what we do is we throw the shuriken at a button. But as long as you can actually save the game, once you make contact with that button, when you load it, it actually skips the whole animation of the elevator falling down. We're gonna see that a couple times during this run to just skip some animations that would otherwise take more time.
Oop, got a little unlucky here. Wanted to get up on the wall.
Yeah. So some of the things that one thing I want to really mention with this run in general is, if anyone has played the Remake series, the Yuffie DLC is very unique in itself compared to the Remake story portion and also to the Rebirth portion. There's a lot of technical things that only exist in this DLC. So it's a very fun way to play the game. It's just something different. One of the unique things is you're not allowed to swap off of Yuffie. So typically if you played the Remake series, you know, you're used to being able to swap between any character at your disposal, outside of Red 13. But with Yuffie, she's kind of she's very strong. She has like a toolkit that you don't need a reason to switch. But when we get our party member later, we're gonna be getting access to synergy abilities and how that works. We can kind of have our party member correlate to what we are doing, and there's a lot to explain, but we'll get into that later.
Yes.
But we're out of the opening. So.
Yep, we made it out. We're making our way to Midgar as a kind of story update, if you will. Yuffie is being sent to Midgar from her country Wutai. She's trying to infiltrate up there, up on the plate. Midgar's owned by like this evil company Shinra. We're trying to infiltrate Shinra to steal their ultimate materia that we think they have. So that's what we're on our way to go do right now. We're going to meet with members of Avalanche, and they're going to help us get some ID cards that we need in order to infiltrate Shinra.
Gotten used to it. Way things are going, I'll be working for Shinra next.
And you know, I like that you said ID cards instead of just one, because we'll hear later in the dialogue that we do need more than one, and Yuffie is not too happy to hear that.
No, definitely not.
Monsters have been acting strange. Not gonna be good.
Here we go. And we meet ZGA here, who's gonna give us some lore.
I figured an elite W agent could find their own way.
I may be elite, but it's not like I've ever been to Midgar.
So
I have to say,
Anyone who
Go
lives
ahead.
where you
oh,
just
I'll
came from.
let you go first. No, no.
I was gonna get into something, so go ahead.
Still can't believe they sent a
I was
kid
just
to
gonna say I'm
this
jealous
job.
of your hat. That's it.
Thank you. Shout out
I'm
to my
also
wife.
jealous of your hat. Yeah.
Exactly what you're saying.
Many people are having this emotion right now. watching this run.
Well, here we are. Ladies first.
Yeah, I was just gonna get into besides like your classic Final Fantasy spells, like well, I guess I should actually talk about Fort Condor really quick. Fort Condor returns from Final Fantasy VII. They made it a whole like really deep minigame. Fortunately for the speedrun for hard mode, as a new game plus category, it's very fast and easy. And there's no RNG to it. So you'll see me play Fort Condor, but not for very long here. The goal is to destroy the other tower, and I have access to these spells because I'm a New Game Plus, where I can just nuke the tower down. And that's Fort Condor.
It's always so satisfying to see that.
Yeah, especially if you run other categories.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you know, you know.
100%.
But I guess one of the things. So during this section, the game was trying to tell us about mini games and things that we will have access to right after this moment. But we're not really gonna care about that. So
Yeah. We have to learn about all the things we can do, but we're not actually going to do them. So there's a bit of a little bit of a lull here. We'll give us a sec to talk about. One, you might see that the characters are moving really fast. There was actually a fast forward patch where any cutscene that I can't just skip, I can now actually 2 times fast forward. So if you see, fast talking and fast moving, it's just me fast forwarding the cutscenes that I can't skip. And so that's that. Let's see.
I heard lull. Is there a little time for a donation here?
There is. Go ahead.
yes, there is.
Well, first of all, I want to welcome in the Lady Arcaders. Thank you so much for that raid. We had a $17.77 donation from Fort Condor Enjoyer, who says, it's time to play my favorite game within a game. Donation going to the Yuffie cutscene, less than 3. We are doing real well on that. We still need some more donations to unlock it. We're sitting at $29.77 out of these $77.77. We need to unlock it. Please keep those donations coming in. Make sure to click on the incentive, and also you can donate towards our bid war that we have open now to choose the Ranger color for the very next run, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Read As We Run. I almost didn't say it. I almost didn't. That's like a tongue twister of a. Anyway, back to the game.
So
I guess at this point we're about to get Sonon. He's now in our party at this point. And as I said, it's very unique because typically we're used to being able to control other characters. For story and lore reasons, I guess they didn't want us to. However, what we're going to be seeing from the upcoming fight and pretty much onward from this point on, we're going to be seeing the use of synergy mechanic. Now, when we're synergized, we can control Sonon to work to kind of complement what we are doing. And that means whether we're running, he'll follow us. If we're attacking, he'll do the similar follow-up. If we're wanting to fight ranged or melee, he'll follow us. It also works with our abilities. If how this game works, you have an ATB bar, you have 2 bars that you can have at any time. If both characters have an ATB bar, and while you're synergized, certain abilities will be synergized and make them stronger or have different properties. So we're going to see Matrimony making a lot of use of that during the run. Just kind of want to say that now before it gets really hard to explain. Because fights are gonna, if you blink, you're gonna miss them eventually. So.
Midgar isn't the enemy. Shinra is.
100%, and yeah, Sonon is our, our Multithon partner here, so he's our best friend, pal, partner in crime. It's going to be hanging out with us for the rest of the run.
What's up?
Those guys there?
We might see some familiar faces up ahead.
They used to be
Again, this is happening during the events of Final Fantasy VII Remake, and so it gives us, we get some cutscenes here and there of like, where Yuffie is, but also what events were happening in the main game during this time.
So what's wrong with that?
Speaking of cutscenes, do you want to talk to us about the Yuffie transformation cutscene and why people might want to donate towards that incentive that we have just a little over 10 minutes to unlock and $48 to go on?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I'll let you talk about it if you want.
No, yeah, I'll talk about it. So yeah, you see Yuffie's kind of, she's undercover, if you will, with the Moogle hat and kind of hiding her normal attire, and Yuffie's a huge goofball in this game, and it's the cutscene just really showcases how out of touch with reality and funny she is. So it'd be really, really great to be able to show that off. But yes, you're right. We are halfway to the point where cutscene will be, so we'll need to get those donations in.
Well, we are getting some donations. I would love to see more, but we have this one from Happy Buy 3 for $5 who says, I must donate for the Black Ranger, played by Johnny Young Bosch, the only other person on Earth with my combo of an Asian last name plus Bosch.
Who were those creeps anyway?
Thank you so much, Happy Buy 3. That, of course, went to our bid war that we have open right now for the next run, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's We Run. By the way, the cutscenes are playing at 2 times speed in this, aren't they?
Yeah, I manually do that though. I won't play the cutscene that we unlock at 2 times speed. So
Yeah. All right. Well, I had a little trouble reading that next game title fast, but if you want to donate to make me go fast, the cutscenes are going fast, I'll go fast too. We'll speed run all of these donations to unlock this Yuffie cutscene incentive. Please get your donations in to make me read things fast and mess it up, because I will. I'm gonna do it for charity, I'm gonna do it for the puppies, and I'm gonna do it for the cutscene. Please get the donations in.
Yes, and I will just say that cutscene is amazing. I still remember the first time I played it when this DLC got released, and yeah, it's very good.
You're right. Hold up.
All right, I guess we're now in the second part of this first chapter. Do you want to talk about this while you're not in combat?
Yeah,
right now?
for sure. So now we've gotten ID number 1 that we need, and ZGA, the guy we met earlier, has ID number 2, but he's currently being chased by the cops, basically. So we need to. We're running after them. I'm going to try to help him out and see, to get that last ID so we can infiltrate Shinra, but turns out ZJ is actually pretty slippery himself and tough to catch even for us. There he goes.
Yep. So now we're getting into some of the combat in this area. So we're going to be seeing a lot of use of the synergized abilities. One thing I didn't mention earlier is the weapon that Matrimony has equipped right now. It's a boomerang, and it's a highly magic focused weapon. Because during this main part in Chapter 1, we're really going to be just kind of using magnify spells with Blizzard and Thunder later, and we're just going to be able to get a lot of good damage because of her high magic stat. Something else to point out too, that was very
Kinda close.
I'm like that got me speechless for a second. Another thing I want to mention is Sonon actually has a synergy ability, or synergy materia equipped, I should say. And so anytime we do any type of ability, that's going to make Sonon use a corresponding spell. And so we can kind of do a lot of crazy things you'll see later, where he will focus whoever we are targeting. So we can be attacking someone else, but have our target on something way away from us, and have Sonon actually attack something really far for us and kill it. And there's a lot of, again, very unique things that only really works like that, or we can only have access to this type of stuff in this DLC. So it's nice to see that it's just, you know, we can do some crazy things that are just never available outside of this.
There's a lot of depth to this DLC. It's really, really well made. It's not just like oh, let's make some extra few bucks. Like, there's a lot of love that was put into this. You can tell with the cutscenes and the combat and the mechanics.
All right, so I guess this is the first time we're going to be seeing this. So I can't say this accessory name, so I do apologize. But Sonon has the Garademeron equipped, and that allows him to start with a limit instantly. So what we saw right there was Sonon using his limit, and that limit is really meant to keep the enemies staggered, so that way they can't really do anything. That enemy likes to move around and do whatever it wants, but Sonon can keep it at bay, and while it's being able to not move, we can just kill it. So we're going to be seeing that being used quite a bit during this run.
Yes, definitely. It's really good for locking them down, so because a lot of Yuffie's abilities take a little bit of setup, so it makes sure that we can still land those, that they don't go running off doing something else. They're too busy being hit by the limit attack.
Also to point, the cutscene is getting closer and closer.
Yes,
just wanna
in fact, if you have any messages for us, Sporadic, go ahead.
I do. I'm so excited to say that I do. Just give me one hot second here as I figure out what the hecky I'm doing. We had an anonymous donation for $25. It says, Peter Piper picked a pack of pick bumpers. Read that fast. I did. It said read it fast. How'd I do? Right, that of course did go towards our cutscene incentive. Let me bounce on over there and tell you how close we are now. We are sitting at $54.77 out of the $77.77 that we need. That means we are only $23 away. We are so incredibly close. How much time do we have? Oh my gosh, like 4 minutes. $23 in 4 minutes for puppies. Can we do it? Please, chat, get your donations in.
Yes, we really want to show it off.
I can do math.
It's fun. And
I
also,
can do math.
yeah, subtracting from 77.77 that fast, I'm impressed.
Same.
Well, it wasn't, you know, the 77 is covered, so all I had to do was the 54, 77. You know, I definitely credit my mom for making me calculate tips in my head my entire life. Thanks, Mom. I do want to give folks an update on the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind bid war that everybody has actually been donating so generously towards. Well, Pink is now an incredibly healthy lead at $42.77. In second place, we have Blue at $7. And in third place, it's Black at $5. No love at all for green, yellow, or red. I can't believe you, chat. But in the meantime, just a reminder also that the top 2 will be chosen. So it would not take very much at all to snipe in your favorite ranger. Also, do remember you can donate towards the incentive and the bid war at the same time, at the exact same time. So you could totally snipe that ranger choice and put us over the top so that we get to see that Yuffie cutscene in 3 minutes, less than 3 minutes. Please donate. Thank you.
Yep, the transformation cutscene is the cutscene before the next boss, which we are on our way to. So that's
It's actually the next cutscene.
It's
So
the next cutscene. That's true. I showed off Yuffie waking up the Levicron as maybe a little sneak preview of some fun shenanigans that she gets up to.
yeah, I was actually gonna say, so we got to see just how silly and just kind of clumsy, goofy, all those words to just see how Yuffie is. And yeah, there's all the cutscenes in this. They're gems. So
Yeah, I love this DLC. It's so good.
what?
Only
This is
looking
actually-
for $23 to unlock that. So if everybody in chat donated 30 cents, I think we can make it. But maybe you could donate $1, my friends. You know, every single donation counts. That is exactly how crowdfunding works. You don't have to put in the whole 23. Just do what you can and know that however much you put in, whether we unlock the cutscene or not, it's going to go to a fabulous, fabulous cause for Blue Path Service Dogs. And they raise those puppies and give them for free to those kids who need them. So please get those donations in.
Yes, what a wonderful cause that we're raising money for here today. Yeah, and we're serious. I'm gonna jump off this platform and run to the cutscene. So don't put that donation in now. We can leave no donation incentives left behind. You know.
Otherwise, I was gonna say that even though that this run is quite short, we do get this nice little break in the middle of it. If you are wanting to engage with the minigame, the game wants you to aim and destroy some boxes. There's actually a note left for you explaining that. And they just give items, but on hard mode, something we didn't mention, you're actually not allowed to use items. So that also means that we have to manage our MP throughout the entire chapter. So earlier I didn't get to say, but Matrimony actually went out of his way to destroy some boxes that generated some MP, and that's to make sure he has some extra MP just in case, because these strats use a lot of tier 3 spells and that are very costly with the MP. So we want to just make sure that we always have enough MP to be able to do the strats for these. And yes, this cutscene is going to be starting up in about 15 seconds.
Yeah,
so
I
Oh
kind
my
of-
gosh,
one last
Yuffie
moment.
sent in $1.30 because there's a $1 minimum. Thank you so much, Yuffie. we have donations coming in here for sure. We have
need to know-
donation
I need to
from
know, like, right
$7.77 from Anonymous, who says no donation left behind. All right, let me hit refresh one more time.
Let's see.
And see if we are there.
sneaking.
We have a $25 donation here from Corey Bear that says Yuffie less than 3. That means that we made it.
Yes.
Show us that cutscene.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Now spill it. Who
So
gave you that
excited.
information?
Oh,
ZGA gets caught
something
here,
like,
and we're gonna show up just in time to save him
I'm
with
gonna ask you
style.
again.
all right, I'll tell you. It was Rufus.
You don't say.
Or was it Ojo?
Nice going, Gigi.
Ready to do this, boss?
Born ready.
Great. Now draw their attention. You grab our guy.
A diversion, huh? I like it. But don't forget, I'm the leading lady. Hey you, evildoers! Over here!
What the hell? Who's there?
It's exactly what I was hoping you'd ask. And action!
Never mind. It's just some kid.
Ready?
Hey, who are you calling a kid?
Thanks so much for letting us show this off.
Award-winning performance, boss. Who are you winning?
I love that the soldiers just like don't care. But
Yeah, it's honestly amazing.
we're getting into Gigantipede, first major boss here. Go ahead and take it away, Sid.
Okay, so this is the main boss of this chapter. So we're gonna be seeing Matrimony. He's actually gonna be setting up to get some damage. He's gonna throw the shuriken, so it's actually adding ticks onto the head.
I messed up.
Okay, so I'm gonna explain why he actually retried. So Yuffie has her setup. She has an armor and accessory that allows her to do more damage if she's at full HP. So the higher her HP is, the more damage we deal. And with this fight, it has a lot of HP. So we're really gonna have to make sure we keep ourselves at max HP for as long as we can, preferably for the entire fight. So what Matrimony is actually trying to do right here is you can skip the boss getting pressured. When the boss gets pressured, it kind of like malfunctions and like goes on the floor and it's just stuck, not moving. So the whole point is once you do enough damage, you'll actually pressure it. But during that little tail swing that it just tried to do, it cannot be pressured. So the whole goal is to try to get enough damage during that attack, and now we're going to hope that we can actually add enough damage to HP lock him. A lot of bosses, before they go into another phase, the game says, alright, that's enough damage, you're not allowed to do right there, that little circle. Once we see that, we know we can't do any more damage. Now, when we need that for this next phase coming up, it's to just make it so that we can actually phase transition later on. So if the boss goes out of bounds, it's going to come back. We're actually going to throw a shuriken. Even though it's out of bounds, we can actually still hit it with ranged ninjutsu attacks. And so right now, Matrimony is just racking up damage. The boss is actually going to throw out these little drones, and he's actually going to attach the shuriken on the boss. So when he does his windstorm ability, it creates an AoE explosion and hits all the drones before they come out. Now this part is extremely difficult. Matrimony is going to be targeting, well, to explain, the head can only be hit by physical, the tail can be hit by magic, so he's actually hitting the tail right there before it's really targetable, and he's positioned out in a way that he's actually throwing out a Thundaga with Yuffie and Sonon to hit the tail as it's landing. And now for this last phase, we're just going to use an Art of War to make Sonon use a synergy, and then we're just going to kill it with some attacks. And that was a very clean fight, honestly.
Yeah, it took me
That was very
a couple false starts there, but yeah, got it pretty clean that time.
You had me trying to speak like 1,000 words per minute, trying to explain everything.
Trying to give you a little more time. Yeah, that's what it was.
Now say, Peter Piper picked a peck of.
Oh no, that's your job. I don't have to do that.
Yeah, sorry. No, that is my job. I'll keep doing it. If folks want to donate for that bid war, we have open for the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Regis Rewind run that is coming up. Next is all of our cutscenes, except for that one, are playing at 2x speed, and I've got to talk fast anyway. Donate to make me say things really fast, and donate towards our bid war to pick your favorite ranger. Thank you.
That is the end of chapter 1 here.
I don't think we'll be back here anytime soon.
I think we're good here. Let's roll.
We
That's
got
exactly
our
what I was gonna
IDs. Yeah, we got both our IDs got from ZGA, and so now we're going to infiltrate Shinra, and I'm going to skip a bunch of cutscenes that is us infiltrating Shinra and then getting caught by Scarlet, who is going to kind of be the antagonist for the rest of our adventure here. And like all Shinra directors, Scarlet loves to toy with her enemies and use them for experiments and stuff, and so that's what's kind of happened to us here.
Weapons everywhere. They're ready for some serious action.
Yeah, so we got locked in the basement with advanced weaponry, and we're gonna be fighting some advanced weaponry. That's the best way to put it.
Yep, we're testing stuff out for her. She's deciding to make us useful before she Scarlet actually has no idea what we're here trying to do, but she figures she can mess with us.
It's only gonna make me mad. more important.
So yeah, I'm gonna be doing a series of fights here. I can show Scarlet is right there. There's a little hologram. Instead of showing the booty of the sweeper here.
I don't want to be the one to say it. I don't know where you got that from.
You know what I do want to say is thank you to everybody for your generosity. Let's put us over $600 now raised for Blue Path Service Dogs. Thank you
Wow,
so
nice.
much, everyone.
That's amazing.
I'm about to do a menu here that's where I'm going to set. I've got like shortcuts that let me do, do my abilities faster. I'm gonna set the shortcuts I want for the rest of the run, but also I'm gonna equip. Wow, talking and doing a menu at the same time is hard. Equip.
Don't worry, I got you. He went to go actually change his the elemental materia
Yes.
that we have on. So during the fight or during the run so far, we had our elemental material with ice because a lot of enemies were weak to ice, but now we put it to lightning because pretty much everything from here on is going to be weak to lightning. So I can't explain all this what's happening. As I mentioned with the whole synergy and targeting, you can kill just like 8 enemies. Is it 8? 1, 2? 6 enemies.
6, but
6 enemies.
super
Yeah,
fast like that.
it'd be too hard to explain that.
It's abusing
know
the
synergy
synergy
and
materia
magnify abilities.
and magnify, exactly, yeah.
Damn well it's gonna be a pain in the ass getting up there.
So yeah, here's where we see Scarlet kind of messing with us. She wants us, she's allowing us the ability to leave with no access to leave.
Feel about giving me a
But Yuffie being the ninja and always trying to find a way out, she's able to knock down that little crate, which then gives us access to this ladder, which Sonon is so graciously ecstatic, as he says, to lift us up, to bring us up for this ladder, and Yuffie just leaves without waiting for Sonon. That's, yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what happens.
Oh, materia, where are you?
Yep, we're still looking for the materia, as you heard Yuffie just yell about. The ultimate materia that we think will solve everything, solve all of our problems. Spoiler, there isn't one. We're going to find out later.
Yeah, this is another one of those areas where that we mentioned we can save load to kind of just progress. It doesn't save too much, but it skips some dialogue that allows us to access this computer a little faster.
Hopefully faster than that. A little fumble on the computer.
It's so good. So again, we're really seeing the whole aspect of them being kind of ninjas and kind of working their way all around. We're just climbing essentially. She sent us in the basement. We're just trying to climb to get out, find some way to leave from where we are.
Oh my god, what am I doing? That was like rock. Whatever. Let's just kill him.
You know, exactly. That guy has ruined me too many times.
He does. That's my revenge. I don't know why my instinct was to do that. That's funny. Normally, so it's funny enough, that's the only fight in the game you can actually just flee. And so we normally flee. But I got a little trigger happy there and just like ended that dude.
Yeah. So this is again where we're going to be seeing Yuffie's Art of War is typically a strong attack, but while we're synergized with Sonon, we can make it even stronger, and that is enough to just kind of one-shot the enemy to make it eject, and then it brings out a smaller enemy, and because we Matrimony had his shuriken latch onto the enemy, it actually was still going to be on the enemy that was exposed for just a tiny moment, and he was able to use that explosion with the windstorm to kill it. There's a lot of very, very unique things, and if you have played Rebirth and played with Yuffie, she is very similar to how she is in this, but she is a little bit stronger in this version than she was in.
Definitely.
So
yeah, there's there's other than like the first few fights in the beginning where we just kind of magnify Blizzard everything, every single fight here has like a unique strategy to like memorize.
Yes.
That's how like dynamic the combat is. I'm using a different strat for every single one of these fights.
all right, so I'm gonna start talking about this now. We're coming up against arguably the first or second scariest fight in the run.
Yeah.
Figuratively and literally. The game makes us fight these two mech robots that we just saw. One was a purple one. If you played the original game, you were going to be fighting a red one. They both have this eject ability where they create an AoE explosion that will just kill us. So right now the whole goal is to kind of attack both and to have them both be ejecting. And Matrimony was able to actually dodge the red one from exploding, the red explosion, I should say. And once they're both out, we're just gonna kind of kill them both at the same time.
I'm glad
And that went very well.
That went pretty well. That's a fight I can legitimately like die on. So thanks for upgrading to hard difficulty. That's an actual risk of death fight for sure. So I'm glad it went well.
So yeah, as we're here, Scarlet is still now tormenting us through like she's watching us through this making herself visible through like a holographic screen. I don't know, I'm drawing a blank on words. But we have a set path. The game gives us options to choose what paths we want to take and what enemies we want to fight. Unfortunately, I feel like this is the worst one, but for speed, it's faster. So we just have to kind of take it. But this next fight, we have these Mark monodrives. They have an ability to put up a shield, which makes them not take physical damage, and we're really going to try to kill them before either one of them can do that. So let's see if this works out.
Oh, I got really good monodrives.
That was amazing. Nice. Oh my goodness.
That looked boring probably, but that fight can go like, you can lose so much time on that fight. I'm glad it looked boring, if anything.
Yeah, that was actually, I don't think it could have gone really any better than that. That's basically ideal. To be honest.
Technically, you can get double crits on both of them and they die from the windstorm, but that's only happened to me once ever.
That's crazy. So we have a cutter, this big buzzsaw looking enemy. Realistically, it's kind of a tanky enemy. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using Synergized Auto War to kind of just do a lot of damage on it, pressure it so it can't really move, and then we're going to be using abilities to make Sonon use his synergy. And so something I guess I should mention is anytime you use Art of War or Synergized Art of War, you actually get an attack. It makes Yuffie stronger, and it can actually upgrade her attacks. So typically gives you an upgraded in strength, but it actually will change your Art of War to do a different animation that has more hits, that's stronger, and it's just kind of, the attack buff is really crazy. So we use Synergized Art of War to make our normal Art of War stronger, which will still proc Sonon synergy materia to make him do Thunder, which that enemy is weak to. So it's kind of a lot of layers going on all at once, but
yeah, it's a deep combat system. It's really fun to break down. I'll say right now is a good time. Sporadic, if you've got any messages for us, we're basically just going to be doing some more of these fights. But as we get into fighting Scarlet herself, we're not going to have a lot of time for messages. So right now is a good time.
Yeah, well, I do want to remind everybody where we are. This is Multithon. Multithon is a speedrunning marathon focused on co-ops, races, relays, or anything that shows the power of teamwork. Our core belief is that we are better and faster together. I also want to remind everybody that the bid war for the very next run for the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind is still open. We are going to choose the top two. Since we have two runners, we're going to choose the top two Ranger colors that were donated towards to choose the colors of the Rangers that you're going to see in the run. So let me just mosey on over there and see who is in the lead. It looks like the Pink Ranger is still in the lead. Oh my gosh, we only have a 70-cent difference between who is going to also be in the lead. Blue is still in the lead at $7, but black is so incredibly close behind at $6.30. And you know, and it's not too much to snipe and put red or green or yellow in the lead for our other choice. There is no second place. There are only two first places. And it apparently only costs 75 cents to rocket somebody else into first place. Please get your donations in.
That's so close. Someone's got to want to snipe that.
I know, right? It's so close.
So we're about to fight Scarlet now.
Yeah. This is kind of a rush. From here to the end, everything's gonna be really, really fast. I'll try my best to get as much as I can out. So one thing I want to mention beforehand, a lot of materials have like different colors. There's green, there's purple, yellow, and blue. We're gonna be making use of a lot of purple ability material. Some with Skill Master, ATB stagger. So right now how this opening is going to work, we're actually going to be using triggering Skill Master by using 3 Brumal forms. We're going to have Sonon do a Mag Thundaga, which actually hits some enemies that are on the field that you cannot see. He's going to stagger them. That's going to give him some ATB stagger. So that's why even though we're using abilities, it looks like our ATB is never going down. And so now we're actually going to be using Mag Thundaga to kind of hit the different parts on Scarlet to do more damage on her, and through the use of a lot of Mag Thundaga and Mag Fire, we're able to just kind of nuke the entire boss with a lot of multi-hitting spells. So now Matrimony is actually doing a menu. He put on a strength-based weapon. We were actually using we had our setup to, as I mentioned, the higher our HP was, the more damage we're doing. We actually put on what's called the Mezu drive instead of the Gozu drive now, and that actually makes us do more damage the less MP we have. So during this moment, we're actually going to be seeing Matrimony just trying to get rid of his MP as much as he can, because that's going to make him allow him to start doing a lot more damage. And we do this because eventually when we get to the last boss, he's actually going to start draining and zapping our HP, which would make it impossible to have max damage. So the less MP we have, we can kind of keep that buff that'll allow us throughout the rest of the run. So we're stuck in this little combat sim. We're forced to do more fights, a little more tormenting that Scarlet is putting us through, and yeah, that's kind of the best to explain that. So Matrimony put himself down to 0 MP, so at this point he's going to be doing a lot of damage. Outside of MP regen, that just happens throughout the fights in general, but with our MP being low, we're going to be doing a lot of damage. So we're going to come up across this boss called a Diabolical Creation. It's going to have a projector that's locked inside. That's going to be our key to get out. The game wants us to actually destroy the monster before we can actually destroy the core. And how the game works is once that core stagger is no longer staggered, the boss comes back again. So we're going to make sure that we can actually kill it in one shot. And we're going to be utilizing a lot of Skill Master using ATB boosts to kind of get our ATB back in order. And we did 2 Synergized Out of Wars to get a lot of damage. And now we're going to be using Synergized Windstorm, which actually raises the stagger percentage, so we can actually kind of just nuke the boss, the core, while it's exposed. So that's a lot to explain. We get a tiny 5-second break, but now we're about to get to the most stressful part of the run, which is yes, the final boss, where with this being on hard mode, it doesn't matter what difficulty you're playing on, this fight's hard. Whether it's a shot rise, even if it's just casual, this boss is extremely hard. This is kind of one of those things that he has a lot of different options. I was actually explaining this to Matrimony. This boss kind of feels like, you know, when you were in middle school and you're playing rock, paper, scissors and someone puts that gun, and it's like, oh, they just took out the option that just beats everything. That's what this boss likes to do to us. So it's kind of hard to explain 100%. Everything, but we're really going to be making use of the purple materia. So when we use Skill Master, that actually allows us to say if we do 3 different ATB abilities, we get some ATB back. Now this has a very unique function that when we're using the synergized abilities, those count as 2. So we're constantly using Brumaform, which will use some ATB but not enough to use a lot. And then we're actually going to be using a synergized ability, which gives us some MP. And on top of that, he also put an accessory on Sonon that makes the synergized abilities cost less ATB. So we're kind of able to just spam a lot of powerful attacks without being able to yeah, this is a little rough.
I got Flying Talons. Just blocked it. There you go.
Okay, yeah. So I'll kind of explain. Retry. So you might have to.
That worked, but my Skill Master's messed up right now, so actually couldn't even keep track of where it was. We'll let it rock. Okay. I may die.
You might have to Brumal form right here. and just get ATB.
Oh no.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
what really
This
happens
is hard
with
mode.
this fight? Yeah. And once you're at low HP, he does this soul erosion attack, which is an unblockable attack, which will then kill Yuffie, and then Sonon's going to sacrifice himself to bring Yuffie back.
This is me
And
taking a
at
death
this
here.
point, it's kind of over.
Thank you for upgrading to hard mode.
So how this boss works is if he's attacking and we do something strong, we will pressure him. But, you know, it would sound so simple to just say, well, okay, just wait for him to attack. But he has the ability to just block. And if he blocks, it's kind of over. And he also has certain attacks that once you hit him out of, he will actually just immediately act out of. So whenever he does that Binding Talons attack, which is what happened on that phase 2, it allowed him to not get enough damage to be done on him. And then when he was trying to get a lot of the pressure up for phase 3, Nero was just not being nice and not allowing him to get an opportunity to get any real opening. And as we mentioned, that skill master ability materia, it allows us on the third ATB usage. It allows us to get some ATB back, but when we have to stray away from the strat and start using other abilities, that kind of throws everything off track. So it makes it really hard to generate the ATB. So we're back to where we were originally, and now hopefully
Binding
he's going
Talons
to be
again.
nice, but he's giving us Binding Talons again, so he's going to attack immediately. He's going to bring out a shield, which... Okay, that was... Yeah, we want to make sure we can stagger him out of that. Alright, no, you should be fine.
I don't know why I didn't get synergized
So-
right there, but
Because he was in the middle using Synergy. It's okay.
Oh, man.
Synergize under. You might be fine if you Broomiform into a Synergize auto.
yeah, that's what I'm gonna go for.
So again, because how all these purple materials work and how they... we really cannot stray away from the strat. So at this last phase, Nero actually
Time
brings
might
out
be
these
coming up right now.
wings.
Get ready for time.
Oh,
And time.
now.
Jeez.
That guy's hard.
Nero's a nightmare.
Yeah.
He's a nightmare.
Awesome. Yeah. Shout outs to upgrading to hard mode. I genuinely really enjoy running hard, so thank you for letting me run that. I hope it was fun to watch how hard it is. I hope the run was a blast. It was great showing off the Yuffie cutscene. I want to shout out Big Sid for being on comms for me and letting me focus. I really appreciate that. I guess I'll also shout out Strife. X7 Strife is kind of the hard mode goat. And this is his route and his strats for the most part. So just quick shout out to him for, you know, teaching me a lot of this run. Do you have any shout outs or anything, Sid?
I would just shout out the entire FF7 remake community.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of, you know, everyone here is really nice, want to help people. Matrimony, I met Matrimony to him being new, him asking me questions, and, you know, it's always nice to see how far and how good he's gotten from starting off having no idea for anything to, you know, being world record contender and getting very good times with all the categories he's running. So
No, thanks. Yeah. I'm
never shy to join.
Yep, for sure. But like people say, hey, join our Discord. We're nice. It's true. They're nice, and I'm around to help too. And if you ever want to learn this run, this just came out for Switch, by the way. So you can even run Yuffie % on Switch now. We're all down to help. So yeah, I think that'll do it from us. Thank you so much.
Thank you very, very much for that wonderful run of the Final Fantasy VII Remake Intermission Hard. Thanks to everybody's donations. As you said, everyone, don't go anywhere. We have the very last run of day 1 coming up next. You're not going to want to miss it. It's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind, 2 players easy, online restricted, and we're going to have that for you real